Hey everybody, welcome back for a brand new video about that show where red shirts get quickly soaked in blood before reanimating into flesh-eating zombies, The Walking Dead. Warning, beyond this point there are spoilers for people who are not up to date in AMC's The Walking Dead TV series along with the Image comics. In this video we're going to give you a Rampage review of the very last mid-season premiere The Walking Dead will ever have, which was a supersized 2 episodes long, and if you didn't already know, there will be blood. We're also going to give you our binge breakdown of the brand new trailer for Season 11, Episode 19, and finally we're going to make some updated predictions about who else is going to die before the series finale, which is appropriately titled Rest in Peace. Before we get into any more death, let's get into our review.
Binge.
Rampage.
If you notice that The Walking Dead's premieres, mid-season premieres, and finales all seem to be at top-notch level, you're definitely onto something. Since Season 4, horror legend Greg Nicotero has directed almost every one of these important milestone episodes. Season 11 marked the first premiere the TWD OG hadn't directed since Season 3, but he's back with a vengeance in this action-packed final mid-season premiere, and don't worry people, he will be directing the very last episode. As far as mid-season premieres go, this one was up there. We felt it was a little better than Season 9's return, and it beat out Seasons 8 and 7 pretty easily, although Season 6B's start was arguably the best in the series. Either way, this one is better than we've seen in years. Lance's attack and the survivors' defense was cool, although we do wish there would have been some real closure about the Oceansiders and what their fate was after that crazy cliffhanger in 11B. We get some cool whisperer tactics being used early on, and who doesn't love an apocalyptic car chase? Seeing Negan on a mission for good was a mindfuck in itself, and how can you not laugh when Jerry rolled up on Negan like he spotted an old work buddy at the mall? The civil unrest and protests felt real, with red shirts being given the opportunity to shine before getting tear gassed, which really helped show off the cracks in the glass house Governor Milton has built. Maggie and Daryl's scene together was heartbreaking because you could tell he still blames himself for what happened to Glenn. Daryl needs some therapy and a million hugs. The danger of the Commonwealth spies going after the children felt real. Plus we got a chance to see Stealth Jerry. Team Daryl's ambush at the end was like a Navy SEAL strike, and it was great to see the storylines converging by the end of 11-17, with Carol's conniving kind of saving the day for Daryl and his sneaky survivors. To circle back, we really loved Judith's monologue-led openings with all the legacy footage of our favorite and most hated characters. Seeing her talk about her biological as a villain was cool, and we just hope we get to see a happy grown-up Judith at the very end of all this. Will she ever get to be happy and at peace from being a killing machine? Maybe not. We also really enjoyed the longer animated opening sequence to the show, which included Commonwealth banners being thrown up in some unexpected places and other parts of our story that we haven't seen before. The second episode in this mid-season premiere picked up right in the middle of a tense standoff, and Daryl's moment of realization that Carol pulled a fast one is classic Daryl and Carol.
What have you done? Made a deal for us.
The will they won't they ship appears to have sailed a long time ago, but Daryl and Connie definitely seems like it's going to happen. Seeing Mercer shit on Lance before Pamela tore his ego to pieces was satisfying, and it also leaves us wondering how Hornsby will exact whatever revenge he can pull off and who will suffer as collateral damage. Could there be a key in this apple? Mr. Dixon playing Daddy Daryl in this episode was really strong, and Judith actor Kaylee Fleming is definitely coming into her own as she nailed all the pre-teenage angsty scenes with Daryl. We need more dog though. RJ refusing to rat out his sister was also a top 10 moment for the night. Rick didn't father no snitch, and Michonne sure didn't raise one. The pro wrestling match was an amazing touch to the episode, and apparently it was set up this way due to COVID restrictions as the comics depicted football games. We kind of like the wrestling better. What do you think? Finally, the ensuing riot after Sebastian was exposed by Max was a wonderful, chaotic event. Sebastian's death was actually very surprising because we just thought there's no way this guy can die like this surrounded by people with one of the slowest walkers ever trying to get him. How will Pamela react? It's too bad Judith didn't make it there a minute earlier. Or did she? Overall, these 2 episodes give us high hope for 11C, but each episode has to be strong and filled with story payoff to get to the finish line in a good way. We're going to hope for the best but prepare for the worst, because that's what Rick Grimes would do. Now, it's time for our binge breakdown of the promo trailer for episode 19, and it doesn't look like this freight train of action is slowing down anytime soon. The first shot shows Pamela identifying the remains of her spoiled son while Mercer watches in the corner. Never underestimate the dangerous reaction that can happen when a parent loses a child, especially when the kid is a total mama's boy. Pam is going to lose her shit. After that, we get a close-up of the governor finishing her thought about needing to make an example and reminding people there are consequences. Which people? The next sequence of shots are edited to make it seem like Rosita is being arrested or detained in these repeat shots here along with Ezekiel and Princess. How will Mercer feel about his new Tinder match being locked up? Following that, we get a shot of a walker in a herd that suddenly stops before cutting over to Aaron, who is telling someone the stories he heard about smart walkers. Yeah, sorry buddy, they're real. The promo then cuts to another repeat shot of the fence climbing Walker, and then we get a new shot of Lydia and her new maybe man Elijah running from danger. We really hope Elijah makes it. Whatever happened to his mask though? After that moment, we get a random Walker shot that tells us nothing, and then another repeat shot of a door handle turning slowly, only this time we see the next shot, which is a freaked out Jerry slamming the door closed after a Walker opens it. The question is, will these variants remain rare and occasional, or are they now popping up more often across the globe? For Jerry and Aaron's sake, let's just hope it's only one or two. The next shot we get is of Lance Hornsby on his knees in a cell looking like he's waiting to be executed. Could he be? That moment takes us into this one of Pamela walking down a dark hallway. Is she visiting one of her prisoners or identifying Sebastian's remains? It's tough to say. The trailer then cuts away to Mercer and Princess, where he explains to her that the governor is blaming Eugene for her son's death. Yeah, he could have helped this kid up, but the kid did try to murder his girlfriend, so what did he expect? How about blame every single person that just stared at him while he died? Even then, it's not their jobs to save some spoiled rich kid, so this seems to be a shit happens type of situation. Try telling that to his mom though. Princess points out what's fairly obvious in Eugene's situation.
If they catch him, he's dead.
Here we get a heartfelt hug between the last two surviving members of Abraham's group.
You got a damn mouth on you, you know that?
After that, we get a very quick repeat shot of Team Air fighting walkers in the woods before the action cuts to yet another repeat of Aaron picking up the face of a walker. It seems they noticed the walker climbing or opening stuff and thought it was a whisper. After skinning the walker, Aaron realizes he's finally seen one of these variants he heard about up close. Only now, 12 years into the apocalypse, he's going to see a few in the same day. What are the chances? The last sequence of shots starts with Eugene in his resting position, terrified. The final shot reveals Daryl is pulling Eugene away from a crowd of people and telling him they have to go. Where are they headed? Will they be fighting to take Outpost 22 back, or will the governor withdraw her troopers? Whatever happens, it's clear that nobody besides Daryl, Negan, and Maggie with their superhuman plot armor is safe. Couldn't Daryl at least pretend to duck when he drove by a dozen guns? Finally, let's talk about our new theories about how the end will shake up. We still sadly think Aaron, Jerry, Rosita, and most likely Elijah are all going to die. We think in a surprise move, Carol might end up getting an on-screen death too, but that still feels like a long shot due to how popular her character is. It's crazy that her comic counterpart never made it out of the prison. We no longer think Annie will die. We believe Annie and Herschel will somehow be taken by someone in the last episode, possibly with a connection to the CRM or one of CRM's enemies. We believe this is going to be the only way Negan and Maggie will work together. We still believe Rick will return, but we're not sure about Michonne even though she really should. We are hoping for a Fear crossover, but sadly we don't think all that can be fit into the 6 remaining episodes. What do you think? Who will die and who will live to see another spin-off? Will Daryl take Connie with him to France? Why can't Dog get a spin-off? Thanks so much for watching our videos, everyone. As always, we're on the lookout for any new promos or insider interviews to help prove or disprove all the rumors and theories out there about our favorite show where we riot even before anyone dies, The Walking Dead. Please let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter at BINGE Rampage. Click the notifications bell for our channel so you can see our next video as soon as it comes out, and don't forget to subscribe.
We stay together. God forbid something happens and people get stranded without a car.
Rick, we're stranded now.
I know it looks bad. We've all been through hell and worse, but at least we found each other.